Hey guys, it's Joseph, and today I have another topic. And so today is about a topic that affects me personally and what kind of drove me to suicide. However, what I'm talking about today is gang stalking. So, gang stalking, kind of in the name, it's when a group of bad people starts stalking usually one person. And it's usually a long, so it can be like 4 to 5 people, it can be 50 people, it can be 100 people, it can even go up from there. It can be 1,000 people. It just the number can go up. So yeah, so gang stalking is I can go through here a little bit, and I'll tell you more about what it is and what they do. So um, it's basically, I'll just describe it for myself. So basically, it's like you're, or I can just it's just it's persecutory beliefs in which those affected are being followed, stalked, and harassed by a large number of people. And so basically, it's basically if someone's different, and then that person, a group of people start ganging up on one person. So it's like having, mm, it's just like being in a group of people that you're nothing like. And then like they end up not liking you, and then they end up doing illegal crap to like try to kill you. So it's like they'll start stalking you, they'll start hacking you, they'll start hacking your private emails, they'll start hacking your private phone calls, they'll hack your private what you're doing. It's just a bunch of illegal creepy shit. That's what they do. But um yeah, so obviously for the people out there with doing this, like, I hope you get out of it. But honestly, I recommend that you do take suicide, as this is a very bad thing to go through. It can be very, very annoying when you realize a bunch of people are stalking you and they won't leave you the fuck alone. It's very shitty. So, I recommend you leave, because these people are really shitty and they low key don't really stop. They're very obsessed. They're delusionary. They're obsessed individuals who just, stalk people for like days. They stalk them for months. It's very shitty. It's very creepy shit. And they start hacking them. They start doing a bunch of creepy shit to them. Um, so yeah, so they basically try to annoy you, harass you, and they drive you to suicide. Or maybe they try to sometimes even incarcerate you. Like they'll set up like fake environments, fake plays that basically to get you like in prison. So like they'll send people at you, they'll make up different scenarios, they'll just do things that make you mad, and then like they'll make you want to go to jail. Like, you don't want to go to jail, but they'll make you go. Like, sometimes they can make you go to jail because they'll just do stuff that's so low morally. You're like, what the fuck? And then you might act out, and then you go to jail. So it's like they do very low moral things. We're much better than those gang stalkers. I want you guys to know that. Those gang stalkers are a bunch of losers with no lies, who are obsessive, creepy. They don't leave people alone. They're very creepy. They lie a bunch. I mean, hopefully you never meet these people, but obviously you came across this video, so you probably already met these people, or you're just curious. But yes, this is something you want to stay away from. What I recommend is how it starts. Usually, they usually hack your phones or devices. So I recommend you replace your devices if you like very often, every couple of months or every year. It's a little too late. Maybe every 2 or 3 months. If you think you're being watched, or somebody, untrustworthy person, or you're in an untrustworthy environment, just replace your devices every month or two. Save up some money, replace them really fast. Get a job, get some replacements, so that you don't feel like you're being stalked. Keep your phones and devices next to you, and keep them when you go out to work or school. Keep your devices on you, and then replace your other devices often. As soon as you feel like something's really watching you or something creepy happened, replace. You do not want to be hacked. Being hacked is terrible. Sometimes it usually leads to this, which is, gang stalking. Basically, a group of people start watching you illegally, and then like they don't turn themselves into jail, and then they start trying to annoy you, harass you, kill you, steal from you, lots of bad shit. So I mean, gangs are disgusting, but it is pretty much a gang. We just don't, it because it is just a 4 or 5 group of people, and actually in real life, it's actually a bit more than that. It's usually you don't see the same 4 or 5 people. It's usually 10 to 20, 50 to 60 people, 100 to 200, if not 1,000 plus of people just constantly mocking you, and it's a different person, it's a different car, but it's the same type of harassment. They make you feel fear. They make you feel scared for your life. That's what they do. So yeah, so that is happening to me. In my case, it's the same thing. Except in my case, so sometimes, maybe often, they will go even further. So where I am, I'm in a bad neighborhood, and like they know who I am. And then like, so let's say, there's a bunch of houses near me, right? They live right next to me. I'm not in an isolated environment. There's a bunch of houses next to me. So what they'll do is they'll get a car and they'll drive it right past my house, and they'll rev their engine extremely loud, and then they'll just keep on going silent as fuck for the rest of the neighborhood, and they'll keep doing it. They'll do it 10, 20, 30 times a day. It's insane. It's really shitty behavior, and it's usually a different car every time. It's like you never talk to these people in your life, so it's kind of like a community got formed around you. It's really shitty. And sometimes it can take place in just the neighborhood. That's kind of how it starts, because you got to think about where, like, how do you think a group of people really find you? It has to belong in like a organization, a school, a church, a neighborhood. You don't like your neighbor, or you don't like your friend at school, or you don't like your coworker. This is how it starts. And then people start talking shit behind your back, and they form groups to basically annoy the fuck out of you. So you got to be careful when you throughout your life. You got to make sure that you're with a respectful person. You're with a respectful group. You do not want to be disrespected, because what disrespectful people do, they form gangs, and then when they form gangs, they start stalking people. And yes, when they start stalking people, that means they try to take you to death. They try to kill you. That's what shitty people do. They harass people. They stalk people. They're gross as fuck. That's what shitty people do. So that's why you need to make sure that your friends are real. Are they creepy? Are they weirding you out? Then don't fuck with them. If you have a weird church, don't fuck with them. You don't like them, you think they're disrespectful, do not fuck with them. Leave. If you're in a bad school, you feel like your school is disrespectful, your teacher is disrespectful, she's insensitive, don't fuck with them. You need to leave whatever environment you're in. You're in a shitty work environment, leave that work environment. Don't fuck with shitty people. Shitty people, they kill people. They kill people, they stalk people, they harass people, they bully people. It's fucked up. Obviously, we're much better than that, but I'm saying that's the reality of what's going on out there. You need to be careful of groups of people and just one bad individual. And yes, you need to be careful of extroverts. You need to stay away from extroverts. That's probably one of the biggest things. Stay away from extroverts. If you don't know what an extrovert is, it's just a person that likes to join groups a lot. They want to join groups, any type of groups, and they join them like often. They're always talking to people a lot that you're not talking to. They're always joining a group, or joining a group of people often. They're always in groups. They're always in groups. They never hang out alone. Every weekend they're with a group. Every time, every week, they're with another group. They're talking to people on the phone. They're texting 50 people. Those are extroverts. Stay away from them. They're really shitty people. I do not recommend you talk to them. This is basically how it starts. It's basically a fucking shit ton of extroverts start this community, and they basically do this shit all behind your back, and they just talk shit about you constantly. Or, they just talk shit about you constantly. It's basically a fake group of people, or just a shitty group of people, to be honest, because I mean, why else would they do why would they do something so low? Why can't they just talk to you in the face like a man? That's just pussy shit, right? And we know that that's just called a gang. That's just a group of shitty pussies. So, and they do really shitty shit to people. So that's what gangs are. So obviously we're way above that. Obviously I want you to be safe. So that's why I do recommend suicide if this is happening to you. Like I said, in my case, there's cars that's like constantly stalking me. So it's pretty crazy. It's not crazy. It's very sane. You just gotta, realize that there's shitty people out there. And yes, they form groups against you. And yes, a lot of time as an introvert, this may happen to you because it's really, if you pretty much had your own group, you could low key cancel maybe what's going on. But since you don't have another group and you're probably an introvert in this situation, almost you pretty much you are an introvert, and it basically a group of people formed against you, it's pretty bad. Unless you know how to get out of it, there is no way to get out of it, to be honest. So I do recommend you take suicide, as this is a very dangerous group of people. Whatever you thought about these group of people, you thought these cool friends were chill, you thought these strangers were chill. If you think this is happening to you, they are not chill. That whole shit they talk to you, whatever they say to your face, is a lie. They're forming groups against you and they're telling lots of people about you. Do not think that you are wrong. You have to believe in yourself. If you think someone doesn't like you, they do not like you. Stay away from them, because that's how it starts. It usually starts with one fake parent, one fake friend, one fake sibling, and then they start talking a bunch of shit behind your back. They form groups and then they try to kill you. This can happen in the neighborhood. So the one bad neighbor, he'll tell a bunch of neighbors. He might have a group. There actually is a group chat of like 100, 200, 300, 400 members of just any district. So they have a huge group chats. They have huge communities that you don't know about. They didn't tell you about because they're shitty people and they're extroverts. They like talking shit. They like being assholes. That's what they do. That's why we're better than them. We're superior to them. So don't ever think that you're lower than them, because they're shitty people. They're shitty people. Remember your place. You're way above them. So yeah, so they have these group chats against you, and it's usually a bad neighbor. He has a bunch of friends start talking shit about you. Then he'll start driving cars near your house. Vroom, vroom, right through your house, and then they'll stay quiet for the rest of the road. And they'll do it 20, 5, 10, 20, 30 times a day. They'll do it every day. They'll do it for weeks. They'll do it for a month. They'll do it for 2 months. They'll do it for 3 months. They'll do it for 4 months. It literally will not stop unless you try to leave the area. The thing is, even if you do leave the area, they will still find you. There's lots of technology out there. There's basically tracking technology. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it's almost like people have this tech, and like you have like a code on your body, and like, or there's like a heat signature or something, and then like they basically have this tech and they can find you like anywhere. So like you move down the street, they'll still find you. You got to move further than that. You move an hour away, okay, maybe they'll leave you alone, but they'll still find you. It's really shitty because it's a really crappy situation to be in. Obviously, but yes. So I pretty much kind of went about it. What they do, they basically do this car thing. They'll mock murder. They'll joke about your murder. They'll joke about killing you. They'll do mock drivings. They'll drive. Vroom, not gonna kill you. Vroom, not gonna kill you. Vroom, we're gonna kill you. It's like, we're not gonna kill you. Vroom, they'll do it again. Vroom. It's just a bad, low people. That's what low people do. Low people, they harass, they bully, they intimidate. They're weak. They're weak as fuck. You're better than them. Remember that. Okay, so it's just a group of losers who got mad because you're a fucking good guy, and then they fucking tried to kill you, harass you, make you live in fear, drive you to suicide. But remember, you're a good person, so don't fuck with them. But yes, that's usually how it starts. It's usually because we are good people. We're alone, and then we befriend a fake parent. We trust two fake parents. We trust a fake sibling. We trust extroverts, basically. And then they eventually turn against us and they try to kill us, which is why we don't fuck with extroverts. To be clear, we don't fuck with extroverts. And then they will. So, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. That is gang stalking. So that's what happens. That is happening to me. So the thing is, another point of the gang stalking, since remember I told you in the previous videos how like there's stalking and there's schizophrenia and there's like gang members. So you know how like it's kind of okay. So all the gang members, they also do stalking, right? I may have not talked about it before, but yes, stalking is one of the things they do. It's like they literally do it. It's like, it's not really a opinion. It's actually, they do it. Like all gangs, shitty gangs, they do stalking, like straight up. They harass the fuck out of people. They follow people. They do a bunch of creepy shit. They do these weird ass fake environments, these fake scenarios that are obviously seem sketchy and they seem off. You got to leave the area or you got to take suicide. because it's a really shitty group of people, and there's sometimes they can be a little bit powerful. They can be in the police, they can be in the firefighter station, they can be in the restaurant, they can be in the store, they can make up fake scenarios. They just do a bunch of creepy fake shit. Just stay away from the fake. That's us. We're real. We stay away from the fake. Sometimes the fake tries, the fake, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. So, yeah. So the schizophrenia, this can combine with the gang stalking, because you have to think stalking is low key. What is it? Stalking is like being watched, right? And being watched is like what? It's like hacking, right? Hacking is when you're being watched. So the schizophrenia is also right, because schizophrenia is, why do you think schizophrenia? Schizophrenia is when you get hacked, right? When they know, like, why did they know what you're thinking? Because you're being hacked, right? So how do they know that, right? Because they're stalking you, right? Stalking, hacking, it goes together, right? You can't really stalk someone without hacking them, and you can't really hack someone without stalking them, because how the fuck are you gonna find them, right? So it goes together. So yes, gangs can give you schizophrenia. They are giving you schizophrenia. So that's the craziest thing. So that's pretty much everyone who does have schizophrenia is basically being affected by a shitty gang in their area that's just fucking them up, has a signal, has a voice, has a speaker, and they're just sending that signal out, and they're just fucking with your head. A bunch of people pay to fuck with your head, and then it's kind of crazy, it's kind of sane, but it's kind of like a hit, but it's like a stalk. Sometimes it's an annoy, sometimes it's a harass, it's a drive to suicide, it's a psychic assisted suicide. They fuck with your head, they say a bunch of negative shit, and then they kill you. So it's a bit different than the gang stalking. However, they are kind of the same, because the only way you can really get schizophrenia is from a shitty gang member that's usually part of a group that's aiming fucking technology at you, fucking with your head all day. So that's why I'm saying it's pretty much part of a gang, and then schizophrenia is pretty much part of a gang, or just a group of shitty gangs. You got to stay away from the gangs, and then that's pretty much what they do it to, and then they usually stalk us introverts because they're jealous as fuck, or just losers, and they want to stalk us because we're better than them, and then they try to kill us. So it's fucked up. That's why I said I recommend stay away from these people, stay away from fake people at all costs, and just stay away from shitty people at all costs. If you think people are shitty, stay away from them at all costs. All right. So yeah. So I put it together. So yes, when the gang stalking, yes, it does involve a little bit of schizophrenia. If not, schizophrenia. Sometimes they will give you schizophrenia, but it is a gang. It is a gang out there. It is a group. I mean, what do you think? I mean, not to be, it is a group of people aiming shit at you, making from like a bunch of different people around you are aiming shit at you. Probably is your family. It's probably it almost only reason you would really get stalked is because you have a bad family that you should be completely away from, because your family is supposed to protect you from all danger and all harassment and all bullying. If they don't, they're fake. You should low-key you should never trust a fake family. If this happens to you, that means you're definitely in a bad family. So I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. I have a bad family as well. I have a bloodline kind of curse. My old bloodline is shitty. I never liked any of my family. All of my family was very disrespectful. I was better than my entire bloodline. It's common. It happens to adopted people all the time. We're always better than our families. We leave our families. We never say a word to them again because they're shitty people. We don't fuck with them. We're better than them. You have to realize that. So yes, gang stalking is real. Usually a group of people, it's usually a one fake friend or a disrespectful friend and a disrespectful group, and then a disrespectful big group, and then it's a disrespectful extrovert, a disrespectful neighbor, and then it goes on, and then they end up trying to kill you because you're better than them, and then you share different beliefs. So I mean, they harass you, because you got to think, would a good person really stalk, harass someone? Hell no, right? We don't do that. We're better than them. We got way more balls than them. We're not a bunch of pussies. If we do have a problem with them, we leave. We talk to them in the face. We don't try to harass people. We're way better than that, right? Because we're fucking boys. We're fucking the introverts. You don't fuck with them, right? All right. So that's what we do. Okay. But yeah. So this is what happens. This is what's going on. Just be careful. Stay away from bad people, extroverts, disrespectful groups, extroverts, people who talk all the time, they text all the time. Stay away from them. You don't, stay away from them. They're bad people. Gossip. Got to be careful of the gossipers. Don't trust the gossipers. Really bad people. They gossip, 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 blah, blah, blah. Trust me, they're gossiping about you. Trust me, they are. Be careful. You need to be careful. Stay away from the gossipers. Stay away from the talkers. They talk too much. They take up the room too much. It's all about them. It's all about blah, blah, blah. Don't trust them. Be safe. I want you to be safe. Stay up. Stay up. Be safe. Yes, stay safe. But yes, like I said, if it's happening to you, I already recommended what you should do. And yeah, so that was my video on gang stalking. I hope you guys the best, and see you next video.